Bronny James, the eldest son of NBA legend LeBron James, has been in the basketball spotlight since the moment he was born. From courtside appearances at his father's games to playing for elite youth teams, Bronny's journey has always been accompanied by immense attention. However, with that attention comes intense scrutiny, and many have questioned whether Bronny James has truly earned his place in the NBA or if he is merely riding the coattails of his famous father. The debate is fierce, but the numbers and performances so far suggest a sobering reality. Bronny James may not be the NBA caliber player many hoped he would be. Born on October 6, 2004, Bronny grew up immersed in basketball. From an early age, he played for teams like the North Coast Blue Chips and quickly gained recognition for his skill and composure on the court. His high school years at Sierra Canyon were filled with high expectations as he played alongside other top talents, including the sons of NBA legends. While Bronny had flashes of brilliance, his performances often lacked the consistency and dominance required to stand out as an elite prospect. His potential as a player was constantly highlighted, but those moments of excellence were overshadowed by stretches of mediocrity.
I don't know if people really understand Bronny. He doesn't care.
He's been in this rim of the game of basketball since he was born, obviously. I've played in the NBA longer than he's been alive. So, he understands the nuance.
Bronny's collegiate journey at USC did little to silence critics. In fact, it fueled more doubts about his capabilities. His freshman year stats, averaging under 5 points per game with shooting percentages below 40% overall and under 30% from three-point range, painted a picture of a player struggling to find his footing at the college level. While his cardiac incident understandably disrupted his momentum, his performances upon returning to the court were underwhelming. Scouts and analysts noted his lack of significant improvement and questioned his readiness to compete at higher levels of basketball. Despite these challenges, Bronny declared for the NBA, a decision that raised eyebrows among basketball insiders. Many scouts recommended that he continue honing his skills in college, join the G League, or even consider playing overseas to better prepare for the rigors of professional basketball. However, under immense pressure from his father, Bronny made the leap, joining the Los Angeles Lakers. This move was widely perceived as part of LeBron's personal mission to share the court with his son, fulfilling a sentimental dream rather than a career milestone earned on merit. Bronny's summer league performances only added fuel to the fire of criticism. Shooting just 35% overall and a dismal 16% from three-point range, he struggled against mid to low-tier NBA competition.
Exactly where he wants it to be, but can he turn it around, and if so, how? Playing well in the G League would be a good start. Unfortunately, his debut wasn't exactly one to brag about. 4 assists, 5 turnovers, and 6 points on 22% shooting in 31 minutes. If he ever wants to turn his career around, Bronny needs to carve out a role for himself. He already seems aware of that, since he mentioned in an interview that he wants to become a
games meant to showcase potential and growth, instead highlighted his limitations. His preseason stint offered little improvement, with turnovers, poor shooting, and a staggering -28 rating across games. Fans, analysts, and even teammates began to wonder if Bronny's NBA debut was more about his last name than his basketball skills. After a rocky start in the NBA, Bronny's move to the G League was seen as a necessary step in his development. However, even there, his struggles continued. While playing for the South Bay Lakers, his performances remained inconsistent. Despite occasional glimpses of improvement, his shooting woes, turnovers, and lack of defensive presence underscored his need for further growth. Basketball legend Charles Barkley voiced what many were thinking, suggesting that the G League might be Bronny's best opportunity to improve without the overwhelming pressure of the NBA spotlight. The comparisons to his father are both inevitable and unfair. LeBron James entered the NBA as a generational talent, a player whose skills and impact were undeniable from day one. Bronny, on the other hand, appears to be navigating a career path that feels more orchestrated than organic. His fully guaranteed 4-year NBA contract has drawn criticism as it seems to reflect his father's influence more than his own merit. For a player who has yet to demonstrate consistent excellence, this contract raises questions about fairness and the value of connections in professional sports. Beyond his physical struggles, Bronny faces immense psychological pressure. Living under the shadow of one of the greatest basketball players of all time is no small challenge.
We're seeing a lot of, like LeBron's son, LeBron Jr., who's playing great. Obviously the Currys. You're seeing NBA players whose sons are coming up and looking like they're going to be NBA players.
Well, here's the thing. You got to play the odds and the percentages. There have been a lot of great players, and all their sons are whack. Kareem got a son? No. Magic
Jordan
got some
son
sons.
didn't make it. Yeah.
Jordan got sons. You know, the monsters in the NBA, they dads wasn't that good. Kobe Bryant, his dad wasn't all that. That's why he's such a monster. So you look at it, you got LeBron. It's going to be very hard for his kids because they're not going to look at him as LeBron's kids. They're going to be like, you better be just like your dad. And then after a while, that pressure starts sitting on you because it's like, wow, why I got to be like him? Why can't it just be me? And then they be like, oh, you're soft. You're not that good. Because the expectation is very, very high. My boys are good, great, but let's say I really excelled in football and made millions and millions of dollars. Do I spend that time with them now? No. I got the off season, I got to worry about myself. Now I just buy you everything. Now I get you a trainer and hope you turn out to be okay. Where the fact that I wasn't all that allows me to spend all that time and make my boys all that. Anybody who already had that expectation, a lot of their fathers don't want to put all that weight on them because people don't look at them.
The relentless media attention, fan scrutiny, and constant comparisons to his father have undoubtedly impacted his confidence and mental preparedness. As a young athlete trying to establish his own identity, Bronny is burdened by expectations that would be overwhelming for anyone. Despite these challenges, some still hold out hope for Bronny's future. In a best-case scenario, he could refine his skills, develop his game, and eventually become a reliable role player in the NBA. However, the more realistic outcome is that Bronny will continue to struggle to establish himself at this level. The weight of his father's legacy, combined with his own performance limitations, may ultimately lead to a short-lived NBA career. Bronny James's journey is a complex mix of privilege, pressure, and potential. Whether he can rise above the criticism and forge his own path or succumb to the weight of expectations remains to be seen. His story serves as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by young athletes trying to step out of the shadow of legendary parents. The road ahead for Bronny will be challenging, but his response to these obstacles will define his legacy. Bronny James's high school career, while celebrated in the media, lacked the dominance typically associated with elite prospects.
How did you feel about the tweet that LeBron sent out that said he was watching some NBA League Pass and said that Bronny was better than some current NBA?
As a five-star recruit, his average of just 19 minutes per game during his high school career at Sierra Canyon was surprising. For someone in his position, consistent on-court contributions should have been a given, but Bronny often faded into the background. Critics argue that his limited playing time reflects his coach's awareness of his skill limitations, but the media continued to prop up his image as a future NBA star. This disparity between performance and perception has been a recurring theme in his basketball journey. Another factor fueling skepticism is the lack of a standout skill that sets Bronny apart. Most NBA players possess at least one exceptional quality, be it scoring, defense, or playmaking, that makes them indispensable. For Bronny, no such skill has emerged. His shooting remains inconsistent, his ball handling is subpar for a guard, and his defensive efforts, while passable, do not make up for his overall shortcomings. Scouts have consistently labeled him as an undersized guard, without the attributes needed to excel at the professional level. This lack of specialization has left him struggling to find his role on the court. The role of media hype cannot be ignored in Bronny's case. Being LeBron James' son has undeniably amplified expectations, but it has also shielded Bronny from some of the criticism that other players with similar stats would face. The narrative surrounding Bronny often seems crafted to sustain the allure of the James family legacy rather than an honest evaluation of his basketball abilities. This excessive coverage has put Bronny under a microscope, creating a situation where every misstep becomes magnified and every small success is overblown. The situation is further complicated by LeBron James's public remarks about his son. LeBron has frequently praised Bronny as an NBA-ready player, even going as far as claiming that Bronny could outperform some members of the Lakers roster. While these statements are likely intended to support and motivate his son, they have also set unrealistic expectations. Fans and analysts alike have noted that these declarations often feel more like a father's wishful thinking than an objective assessment of Bronny's abilities. Bronny's journey to the NBA also reflects a larger issue within professional sports: the intersection of legacy and merit. Players who come from famous families often face both advantages and disadvantages. While their names open doors and provide opportunities, they are also held to higher standards and subjected to harsher scrutiny. Bronny's path has been paved with opportunities that many other players could only dream of, but the same name that has helped him advance has also placed him under immense pressure to succeed. Balancing these dynamics is no easy feat, and Bronny's ability to navigate them will play a crucial role in determining his future.